comrades. It's Premier Rever looking down on the non-polluted city of Neuve Revergrad. It's a shame we're not quite further along before we had our pollution issue, but I've been thinking about things a little bit. I wanted to show you a few things I did. Not too much, mostly just thinking, but I added in this so that we can prioritize a few things, but I definitely want to get these rails done because we need to get like all of this built before we could really fire up our bakeries. The other thing is all of these tracks with my new strategy were not electrified, so they don't, if you remember from last episodes, they don't need to be rebuilt, they just need to be electrified. So we'll get started on the electrification, and we could do that, I think, from both of these. Now, why are you sitting at a red? Oh, no, it's just timing of me looking. Good. So we should be heading out to do that. Now, another thing I want to do is I want to find a good place to electrify these tracks, right? You can see they're all... So what I was thinking is probably like right here, right? So let's come into our tool. This is not necessarily the biggest priority, but we need to get these done. Let's take a quick look. The electrification thing is about that long. We'll spin it around this way. Yeah, so when we're ready, we'll go there. So we have to cut out a little bit extra so that'll fit in there. A little goofy the way that works, but it would be nice if you could just sort of plop it right on top of it, right? But anyway, we'll cut this much away, and hopefully that's enough. Part of the problem is... There we go. Part of the problem is getting it to the point you can... Sorry, I'm thinking about too many things at once. Put these tracks back in, right? Like you can't cut it too close or else you don't... Oops. Did I miss? Really? It never fails, does it? Something always... Let's see, can we just give it a little... No. Can we give it a little of this? No, of course not. All right, so let's delete back to here. Don't want to delete too much. Now, can we give it a little? Yes. But I want to go up, I think. There we go. All right, so let's commit to all those tracks. Now, I made those electrical right off the bat, right? So now this is medium voltage, correct? Yes. So we need to get to... Why don't we... So we have this substation over here. I guess it's about... Well, let's go from this one. Just because... Yeah, how would we want to get up there without making too much of a mess of things? We can't go past any buildings, so I guess just... Oops. Just like, say, straight up here. Now, is there going to be a conveyor? Yeah, see, I don't think we... Can we go over conveyors? I forget. Let's... Yeah, we can go over conveyors. Okay. The only problem is, let's... Why isn't there a conveyor there? Let's put that there first. So that... All right, we'll commit to that. And then... Yeah, we'll come up to... Like here. Building in the way. Oh, come on. Really? I saw green. Oh. Yeah, you don't really want to... Okay, let's go back. Yeah, we'll go like... There we go. How far up here is it? All right, I'll accept that. Let's... And we'll try to come from the other way. Yeah, I think I'll go straight across where the tracks will be, if there's ever tracks there. And then start to turn it. think that'll work. Yep, good. So now we need a road. You know what? It really just needs to be a dirt road. Hopefully the fire coverage is there, right? So we'll commit to those, and then let's get these guys who, when I was before the episode, I deliberately didn't do anything with them. Get them building this. Get you building that. Yeah, and that should get power over to there, and then these tracks can be electrified. There's no huge urgency. These guys have 2 already planned, but I'm just going to come up and give them these 2 as well, just so that we don't forget, kind of thing. And if they ever stop, like, I think they're working into here, so they may end up stopping eventually, and they can come work on this. Like I said, it's not super urgent, but we want to get those done now. We got a little head-to-head issue action going on anyway, right? So let's 82, didn't that say? So let's cancel 82. Whatever this one. Good. So they'll go out and start working on that. One of these right away, whatever one was the first. And then this guy can go off here and start electrifying that track. So the idea with all of this is that we get, look, this guy's already plugging right away at the electrical track. Good. From down there. From Przink, well, whatever, Przink South, I guess, rail construction. So good. So we'll get these all electrified. And what that'll do is, you know, put us a step closer to at least getting the ability to get a rail car over to here, right? There's some more things that we may need to do, but if we can get a rail car of crops into here, then we can start talking about, you know, getting these food things fired up. So, cool. All right, well, I wanted to take care of that while I'm going to try to keep time running. I don't see why we shouldn't, but here is the big thing. I wanted to come over here, and I'm not sure exactly everywhere that these crops are going to, right? Really just one place, the Revergrad. So let's see. So that's the only place that this bakery is providing to. So let's make sure that this grocery store, yep, is backed up with buying food. And this is backed up with buying food, right? So we're going to destroy this, because it's polluting too much, too close to these people. Now, even when we get done, this may be a bit too close, but this is definitely just not going to hurt, right? So we've kind of taken care of as much as we can do with the food. So part of my thought is it's better, I think, to buy food than to be losing all these people. We have enough money. We can buy it with American dollars if we need to, or the rubles. But there we go. So now the other thing is the alcohol. So I want to see, I think this is our only distillery. So this is going to Gateway Love. Where are you going? You're going to Revergrad, Energenisk. Yeah, so I think what I want to do is just give up on our distillery business for the minute, right? And then we'll, so what I need to do is kind of get each of these vehicles. Let's send them back. Oops. Can't see. There we go. I'm just going to send all these vehicles back to the depot. Right? And I probably should have, well, I guess that guy's going to have a question mark on him. It's that one food truck we had. Right, because we're going to get rid of this distillery too, to cut down further on the pollution. So where did that truck go? I think he was just, you're not food. What are you? Your electrical components. You would think he'd have a question mark on him. Yeah, I should have figured out where that truck went. There he is. Yeah, so he's just going to be... Yeah, you know what? Go back to the depot after you get some fuel there. So when you delete the stop, it didn't end up with a question mark. It just deleted the stop. So you go back there. So we should have 4 trucks in there. You know, and as we get this sorted out, we can do what we need to do. So what do we have in here? We got a lot of corn. And that's not really a polluting issue, but that's probably not where we want it. But let's get rid of this. There we go. So another big polluter gone. Now, bricks. How are we getting bricks to the rest of the world? Is only, if we look, if I'm remembering right, all the bricks go into, I'm just opening them all up for two reasons. One, we're going to send them all back to the depot. So these are going to Importska storage, Importska storage, Importska, Importska. Just making sure none of them, yep, custom house. Yeah, so they're either going directly to Importska storage. So let's go find that. Not that I don't know where it's at, but it's, I can't really open it that way, can I? See, I think this is Importska storage 3, right? Yeah, that's where they're all going. Right? 3. If not, maybe we'll see brick trucks wandering around aimlessly. So here's the point. We're going to back this guy up with the purchase from the Americans because we're close to them. And we'll just buy 14 tons because, well, you know what, let's buy enough for 2 trucks. We don't really use that many bricks, and I have a plan here in a second. So let's do this and then close that storage, and we'll worry about emptying these guys out in a minute. Can I get to where I can see our little depot? Yes. There you go. Go to the depot. Go to the depot. I'm going to stop saying that each time. How's that sound? All right. Yeah, if anybody has anything in there, we'll... Oh, the depot is full. Do we have another depot? No, that's a construction thing. All right, so let's close all the ones. Yeah, brick factory we'll leave open for a second. So where's our closest other depot? Is like right up here. So you just go to this depot just to get out of my hair for a minute. And let's go back here. And we're going to destroy the brick factory. Now, we still have this issue. And we still have to do something about the brick factory. So what I would like to do, and I already checked this one. This guy is purchasing with coal, right? So if we cut this guy off for a minute, we'll be okay. So what I'd like to do is come into here and cancel wires. And this I may, well, it doesn't matter if I pause. Yeah, so don't cancel the big, I think it'll just cancel little wires, right? So we're going to cancel these wires all the way back to wherever they were connected. And then I want to see what we need to do with this big one. Let me just test. So what I want to do is put a brick factory right up here, right? A little more in the center of things. It's, you know, maybe not the best thing in the world we could be doing, but at the same time, we could, you know, keep making our own bricks until we get whatever that brick town we're going to have down there is called. Like, yeah, see, I don't think it's not going to let us do it over those wires. So we need to move these big wires too. So let's come to big wires, which is not in that category at all, over here. And yeah, delete that one. Probably delete this one too. This yeah, I don't want to leave that without power. Let's pause for a second. We're going to auto purchase that in a second here, but let's get our brick factory placed anyway. Make sure it will work out. So we have this whole area. I think we can get away with it one way or the other without. Now I would like to. Yeah, it needs to go this way. Yeah, let's level out. And I'd like to get a. Yeah, the road's kind of the wrong way there. Let's see. We'll keep leveling. Let's level with this tool. Get it a little bit closer. Just going to level as much of this out as makes any sense. Because I'd like to get it. Well, we need to get the road in there, but I'd also like to get bit of a storage depot, right? So we can pull the trucks in and out of the storage depot and or the factory. But if nothing else, we'll have a little bit of a buffer. Alright, so let's see. Yeah, you know what? Is that... Are you saying I'm interfering? Yeah, you know what? Let's get rid of this one too. Yeah, I'm not sure if I just messed myself up, but we'll pay for it with rubles, or dollars or whatever. Yeah, can I get further? No, it's you know what though? I could probably, yeah, I can, if I level more, I bet you I can get it a little bit closer. Maybe. Might have just been a waste of money, but ooh, can I get them in that way? Yeah, I kind of like that. Well, the road would have to cross the road's gonna have to cross the conveyor either way, isn't it? Maybe. Let's see, can we get a conveyor to attach? Yeah, but what I think I'd like to do, well, let's see. We're in pause mode, right? Yeah, we can get under that one. Yeah, I can't get under this one. And I can't turn enough to get under that one. Can I turn? Yeah, see, it's, but I could probably do, oops. There we go. And then can we get, let's delete this part. Put on our wireframe. And yeah, let's bring this. Okay, well, let me. No. I think the problem is right there. At least in part. Well, we could do the cheaty thing. You know what? Before we go too much further, I think I just messed up my plan anyway, didn't I? Yeah, because we can't get over here. Storage yard. Not medium even. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to get that attached. Never mind all this. Yeah, let's just... Yeah. Plan B. Or plan A. I think I kind of messed up myself. I wasn't thinking about my storage yard I said I wanted to build. I got all excited about... Yeah, so that'll... Yeah, let's pull it over this way as far as we can. I don't know that that conveyor is going to attach that way. And that road is definitely going to be a bit of a problem coming in and out of here. So let's see though. Well, we should be able to get our conveyor. I can't see. I don't want that little... we put our conveyor right where our... You know what? You're gone, buddy. let it completely disappear. There we go. So now, there we go. So now I need to get this road. This is all the more reason to have. I mean, I'd like to get it to be a nice paved road out of here, but let's see. Can we level? Can we level enough to get this guy? Oop, there was green. Yeah. Ooh, look, there's green. Oh, come on. Yeah, now let's just pave that. Yeah, I'm not unhappy with that, even though, you know, it's a little bit awkward, to say the least. So let's go back to, yeah, I think if we click on here, we can get to small storage, right? And we would put this like this way. I really wish we could have a way to get rid of those signs. We don't want that to be too short. And I don't want that to, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a little, the hill is awful steep right by that footpath, so we might have to get rid of that footpath if we can't connect this. We can. And definitely a paved road here. Can I go from like there to there and there to there? Delete that guy. Yeah, that road looks, and we'll commit to all of that. Right, so there we go. We have a brick factory. We have, you know, passenger busing right there already. So let's, just since we're in the mode, yeah, we could. It's not going to hurt to do that, right? Yeah, that should be fine. I was just wondering if I should draw another one down this way. Okay, but I won't. At least not for now. If we have some issue or reason. So is there any reason that this wouldn't work out fine? All right, we're going to construct this here. Yes, because we have no power, but we can take care of that quite simply. I think. Yeah, is that getting everything we need? I think so. Let's give it the big little one. Turn this guy as sharp as we can. Make that as long as we can. No, I don't even want to make it as long as we can. Okay, there we go. So now what we need to do is re-hook up our big wires, right? Oops, let's go back to, let's commit to that. And then we need to get a little, let's get a road before I forget. Can we come off of here? There we go. So we should be able to assign somebody to work on that. And then these, just because we can't, well, no, you know what? I took the one all the way back. So let's see, can I get, yeah, this guy needs to now probably go around the back of here, right? Can I go straight to there now? No, building in the way. Right, so that one I'm just going to pay for. Oh, is it going to pay for everything with dollars? No, I don't think it will. All right, so now this one. we'll pay for what it does. I don't want half the map to be without power, even though it's a little cheaty for my build everything with construction offices method. All right, so there we go. So we have a new bricks factory, and let's just commit to everything, and then we'll start playing time again. And then, yeah, I think the only other thing's the footpath. And I think what we want to do, thank you, game save. All right, so now we got rid of those, which I think is the biggest, I don't want to call it an emergency, but I think that's going to really help, you know, cut down on that. And we can talk about what we're going to do down here, but let's get, I don't want too many different, I'm willing to buy a new construction office worth of stuff, right? So are we, yeah, I think we're going to do it right from here. So we're going to put together another construction office. First, though, what do we have? Ooh. What do we have in this depot? Is anything in here? Yeah, let's send this excavator and this dump truck. And do we want a paver? We don't have much for roads. We'll just do it manually. I'd rather have the other equip. Oh no, you know what? We're gonna do roads. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna go get that. We're gonna go get the paver and the roller as well. We don't have to go back. We can just do this. So I know it'll take these guys a little bit of time to get down here, but I don't really have a flatbed right there to get them. Right, heading to depot, Energinisk. Yep, good. So that's, we don't need a roller, excavator, and we already have a dumper. So let's purchase some new, yeah, I don't want a bulldozer. There's not too much. Yeah, this dumper, 15 tons, 62 kilowatts versus, oh, you know what, we could play time forward. This dumper, yeah, see the same kilowatts, but it gets that extra. Yeah, that's KMZ 5410 is an awful good vehicle to use. So we're gonna have, let's say, 3 dumpers, just 1 covered haul, and probably, well, we're going to need some mixers too, right? So we got room for 5 more. We're going to need a couple buses. You know what? I like the German. Well, let's finish this. So open haul. Let's get 2 of those for now. Where's the KMZ? Right there. And then let's get 2 concrete mixers. I think this one, you know, whatever has the, like, you could argue a little bit that the, whatever has the most, this one's carrying 12. And there one was 16. 14. You know what? I don't remember ever using this guy. Star Truck, United States. Yeah, from the U.S. finally. Oh, I think there's a bulldozer or 2 from the U.S. Let's get 2 of those. And then we just have room for 1 more bus. So let's just get the biggest. This is a big German bus. I like fast buses, though, for construction, because you tend to go far. But yeah, you know what? Mars, right there. Oop, did we not buy it? Why can't I buy that? Okay. Is it because we're full? No, we don't. Did we put 5 vehicles from over there, or did we put 4? I thought we put 4. Well, we definitely need a bus, or 2, really. I was almost thinking taking one of these guys out, depending on the phase of building over there that we are. Yeah, so let's see. Yeah, is it? I think it's... If I want to test, yeah, let's see, that's... Yeah, that Mars bus is definitely kind of the way to go. Yeah, I think it's... Oh, yeah, look, we got open haul. Well, let's go... Let's see, what do we need in here to get started? We're going to need to pave. We're going to need concrete, gravel. We really don't need the paver and whatnot over here, do we? You know what? Let's take this... Well, yeah, let's take this roller. I know what I'm going to do. This guy is not going to come into here. This guy and the other guy are going to come down and join there. Same thing with you. Right, because that's where I actually need them. Good. So now what we can do is go back and buy our Mars buses. There we go. It would be nice if they'd given a little warning there, right? Like, this is why you can't buy this. Okay, so there we go. So now what we should be able to do is assign... Oh, good. It didn't auto search automatic. Well, no, that's because it's an old guy. So we can assign this. We're going to assign everything we can. Where's the power lines? There it is. There we go. Yeah, so they should be able to do everything. They don't have a crane. That's not necessarily the end of the world as long as they get enough people, right? So there we go. So how are we doing on our actual pollution? Let's see, is the lifespan going up? 60? 62? You know, I know we still have some pollution in the area, but it should be a lot better, right? Like we now have, I mean, this guy and this guy are certainly a problem. And the question is, you know, do we just get rid of them? We definitely, I don't think this causes pollution, but, you know, we get rid of this just to clean things up. And let's come here to conveyors. Right. Then the power wires didn't get affected, and we might as well just delete some of the roads, right? And we might as well delete some of the... Yeah, well, the footpath can stay in case they want to cut down through there. Well, you know, I'll get rid of that little bit right there. Yeah, so this guy's going up. So his lifespan's going up. So I would like to, you know, do some more. But the other thing that I thought about through all of this is, you know, I kind of... Before I knew the pollution was going to be a problem when they implemented it. And, you know, I had started like kind of building out over here a bit. This is like another kindergarten right here. So why don't we get, because I think we're going to be too far from the kindergarten, why don't we get some housing up here? Maybe we can even not build, you know, not build these houses. And I don't want to level too much closer to here because it will mess up our road, right? So let's go ahead and put in couple things. Residential, you know what, let's go back here. First I want to put in, I keep forgetting about the university. Yeah, is this the same as that one? No, but it's kind of got the wrong, yeah, I don't want the road layout that way. So let's just do another one of these if we even can. Yeah, let's delete. Yeah, I don't want to use that tool. Too dangerous. I'll end up deleting my university. Let's get rid of this. Back to there. Then we should be able to get this guy in. Alright, bring him close to here if we can, because why not? But not too close that we can't attach that. There we go. So now we'll have residence hall there. And then, so what we'll do is when we get done building that brick factory, we'll bring that construction crew down here and they can start doing that. Now, as far as residencies go, yeah, these guys hold quite a few, and they're, I would put them, let's move them back so they don't, I don't want to affect the road, but I don't mind building leveling a little more to get a few more, just get them a little bit closer. And the game doesn't seem to mind goat paths as far as people walkways go, so I'll just move it till it's kind of right on that line. Right, and then we'll do like another one. Now hopefully, then we have those power lines in the way, but if I put 4 of these up here, I'll be happy with that, right? So let me, I just want to leave enough room to get that footpath. And I think, right, and then we have a road coming, kind of a little goofy, but let's turn that so it's square. You know what? Let's see. Can I get the road up here first? Just because it's such a hill, I can see. You know what? We're going to do fancy roads, and this should be a. You know what? Go the other way. Make a fancy road. I'll bring that out a little bit further. There we go. Good. And that should definitely connect. Yep. Yep. All right, so then we're going to do the same thing here on the other side of this. Same brick flats. Put them pretty even with that guy. And let's level behind you a little bit so that you're not a future problem. I think that kind of gets it. And I think that's pretty even with the other one. Move this guy down so we can get that footpath. There we go. And when it comes to the footpath, we'll have that one come up to here, but let's get rid of this road again. And we'll just make it one construction project. But this will get some people. Yeah, same thing here, actually. Let's just make that not one construction project, but we'll make it. And that looks reasonably straight enough. Really? I mean, you were built before. There we go. I'm okay with that little tilting. Yeah, we might bring that road up from here, right? Yeah, let's now will you attach? Get a road down. Yep, that's not exactly what I wanted because I don't think it was square. Close enough. Yeah, we'll just bring that guy along for a minute, and then, all right, it's a little goofy looking here or there, but then, you know, we have a nice square block, and then we can have, you know, it's quite a few more people, and they'll be further away from any pollution. So we should probably talk about some kind of a bus stop or something here. Now, how far away are you? See, they should be close enough to that shopping center as long as they have footpaths. So we'll see. If we have to put a bus up here for... We're almost certainly going to want to put a bus up here. Let me do this. Right? And then we can put a bus stop. Even just a small one. You go this way. What if I give you a little leveling action? Yes. There we go. I think I'd probably still get a road across there if I wanted to. Good. So that'll let buses kind of come whichever direction. So we don't really even need this, do we? Yeah, as goofy as that looks, we can decide on other roads later on, depending on, I mean, these people aren't going to go that way, so. Cool. All right, there we go. How are we doing on time? 40-some minutes. We're in good shape. So let's take a look. This was at 60. Yep, look, 64 lifespan, so not ideal. How about like here? So you're getting probably too close. See, you're up to 69. Now, you may still be losing people. You know what? The kindergarten needs a road. There we go. Let's commit to that. Now, power. Yes, you have a transformer right there. Yeah, so we'll see. I don't know if they're going to be close enough to everything, but we can either bust them, hopefully, or we can just build something a little bit closer. Now, yeah, the question is, do we knock some of this stuff down or we just leave it there for now? It sort of depends on whether we want this. And I sort of would like to keep that rolling like it is, just for the sake of until we get these other power plants going, right? So now, what we don't have is any alcohol production anywhere on the map. And as you can see here, I have like vodka as the idea was going to be that we would take and build a vodka distillery thing down here and then take this farm and move it down. Now, one of the problems I have is I would really like to pave this road almost before we build a new farm down here, right? So maybe what we do, let's just come here, and I'm thinking what we do is stay on the other side of this thing with our new farms, right? So if we come over here, you can see, well, maybe you can't see, but I leveled a little bit past these things here. What I think I'll do is come in this area. You know, we could be relatively level to a certain point, doesn't have to be, and move the farm down to here. Other than the fact that the farm's not really hurting anything, it's not a polluter. You know, we could take our road and start bringing it up to here and then straight. So let's show you what I mean. Like, I'll bring it along parallel to that guy to, like, say, maybe there. Then we'll start building the new farm. This was the old days when leveling was hard, but we have a nice flat area there, so we can get, you know, picture maybe even getting like 2 farms here, but then we're also like, picture 2 farms, one doing all these fields, like, and I'll get rid of a couple of these fields. So to add maybe we'll add a couple more down here or something. I might end up rebuilding this power line if it's too in the way. But then we'll get a farm going out here, probably as close as I can get it to over here. I think we'd want to... Yeah, do we want a paved road? I don't really need paved roads for the farms because the vehicles, but it wouldn't hurt actually with those. It's not like the days when we had no money, right? So let's see about, yeah, can we bring that guy like, yeah, straight there? We're going to try to straighten some of this stuff out, right? Yeah, and then I almost like to take my power lines and run them straight up. Come straight over here more, where I could definitely get, yeah, see, I could get like the fields right down in here, and then I'd have to just deal with these power lines being like at an angle. But I'd kind of like to put the farm like right in this semi-level spot. Let's see, can we just give you like a semi-level thing going on? But I really would like to tuck that power line in further. Yeah, I don't know how much of the map is actually not interconnected with the power lines. Like, a lot of it should be. And I don't really want to cheat on a big... I don't mind, like, for just cutting across. Like, I think you should be able to build a road or something under the power lines. Or, like, you know, I don't mind that auto building with that. But this is sort of like redoing the whole wire darn near. Yeah, let's pause and redo the whole wire. And hope it doesn't cause... Hope it doesn't cause too many problems. There we go. So... I guess I could just do this. Every other one's a little faster. Yeah, get rid of that one. Yeah, and I don't think I would necessarily change these fields, but I think what I would try to do... you know what, let's... Can we... we can't even jump over a field at all with the wires. That's a bit of a pain, too. So, yeah, see, I can only turn so sharp. You know what we're going to do then? We're going to get rid of this one as well. And we're just going to bring this guy right out. As far as we can. But straight. All right, and then bring... We can turn it more... Yeah, like right there. Is that going to be... Yep. Nope. Yep. Close to that road. That's probably as close as I'm going to get it. Good. You know what? Let me do a little bit of leveling off camera, and then I'll be right back for the end of the episode, and we'll have... Yeah, I just want to straighten this out up to that area, right? So that I'm not going to level everything, but I'll level off enough so we could put our farm kind of starting right here. You know, that'll feed into fields, into these fields over here. Unfortunately, I didn't leave any space for roads in between, but, you know, and then what I'd like to do eventually is pave this road, though, really when we're talking about it, you know what, I have a different plan, and I'll be back in a minute. And I'll do that leveling, and then I'll think about it while I'm doing the leveling a little bit more. All right, be right back. Okay, I have a plan. Well, not a full plan, but somewhat of a plan, right? So what I did was I leveled out all of this. Just, you know, I actually not leveled, but flattened. So like this area is pretty level, but then I just did the road leveling between this, kind of see a line here where I leveled across, you know, to try not to, and then we'll probably do the same thing further up. But here's my idea. Rather than worry about the road, which I will put the road in, right, because we still need to get trucks here. But what I'm thinking of, even though it's a little bit of double work, we're going to put 2 farms, and I'm just going to plop stuff down for right now just to show you guys the concept. So, you know, if we talk about an agro farm, like however we do it, like the agro farm can't take in crops directly, right? But we could put like a train system. Now I'd probably want to keep it where we could, have like a staging for a couple extra trains potentially, so that, at least we could get like a couple of them in. So I'd probably do, something like, well, probably even another one like out here. It sort of depends on the spacing of everything. So that way, what we would have is this would be for crops. So in other words, we would then have some kind of a train loading thing, probably attached to a grain silo. So we probably should put in our grain silo first, maybe, just for the sake of, why not? If I'm going to demonstrate, let's demonstrate fully, right? And keep it close. And then on the other side of that, yeah, there's no train thing there. We would have train cargo, right, where we could load crops. And I guess like this would work. Or, well, you know what? We might even do it like this. Well, it depends on... That might mess up. Are we better here? Yeah, I think we can work with that. It's not quite... Again, I'm popping things down. I'm going to move this, right? So then this is a little bit too close. Let's just get rid of that. Play pause. And then on the other side of this, we would have another grain silo. Now again, I don't even know that we're going to need this many crops just for this, right? So this other one we should consider. That's a little further away than I might like, but you're getting the idea, I hope. So can we get this in here without too much? Yeah, we would want to spin this guy around. Yeah, without too much level, and for demo purposes. Oops. There we go, right? So we have two things, so we could do that. Now the reason for the two things, and here's what I'm thinking now. We would have another train line, keep it as tight as we reasonably can, but again, this field, or this farm is going to handle fields over here. So I think we're going to have plenty of room to this side without jamming things up too much. But again, very much subject to being moved. This guy could actually sort of join up with him, right? If I did it, yep. And then this guy, one way or the other. Like, again, the idea would be that we could take crops and or whatever out of the one, and then again, we'd probably have some kind of a, this is just, again, I'm going to redo this or undo this. But if you could picture, well, you know what, we might consider that this would get too busy, huh? Well, anyway, like I said, the idea would be one way or the other, we would take crops out of here and alcohol out via this one. So in other words, I would run these lines straight in through here to our alcohol distillery area, which would be far enough away from town. So we would get rid of this farm, and somewhere up here we would put our distilleries, right? Now, what I also did was made it so that we could bring, like, let's delete this field right off the bat, like, just so we can get some of this stuff going. It's all going to be kind of ugly. Yeah, goodbye field. Goodbye field. I'm hoping to do it without too much, interruption to our existing thing, but I think that that's just, I think we just need to bite the bullet. But we'll decide before this episode's pretty much over just because of the time. And, what we'll do is, see, like, these are all kind of now in the way too, but if you notice right here, it's kind of hard to see. Let's get rid of all these power lines. I could show you probably better. Yeah, if you do the middle one, it gets rid of two. And there you go. So what we could do is with these power lines, bring them in a straight line here, but then go back over to the crops, and I put this big field, here, let's turn it. Yeah, see, when I first laid these down, I didn't know about the whole spin it around 3 times, and now we have the control button. But if you picture, as long as we keep the road no closer than that right there, we could put a whole row of these big fields like right across here. So that should make up for at least some of what we lost up here. Now we're gonna have to get rid of these two as well, and probably this one. So by the time I'm doing all that, I'm just thinking that we're gonna need to get rid of it. But we'll do this, most of this in the next episode, I think. But what I need to do in the meantime too is just make sure any of the pubs, right, that we're getting, you know, any of the pubs should be able to get their alcohol. Grocery store. We have a pub over here somewhere, I promise. There it is. Yeah, just make sure all of the pubs, because, you know, are purchasing as a backup at least. There should be another pub. There it is. Yep, they're purchasing alcohol. And then just go around the map and do that. Like, make sure they're not actually counting on... Yeah, they should all be backed up, so to speak, like, by purchasing. Because the alcohol was never being done particularly that well. Now, I also realized that, you know, we're sitting here paused, and I don't want to be paused too much longer. I'd like to keep things moving along. And at the same time, and this is all pretty much level, like we should be able to get in here and build it. I don't want to do too much more to disrupt things, though we got our meat over here too. So that's sort of, I guess for now we're supplying, you know, we're still running the meat plant. But the meat plant I would eventually picture over here by Cattletown. So if you picture, we might even take, you know, this other farm dedicated to, or maybe even just make it real complicated where we go through both of the things, both of these farms somehow, and maybe we could even do like what we're doing up by the power plants where, well... No, I don't think we would do what we're doing by the power plants. For like, we're not going to use any of it right here, but we basically make what amounts to is some kind of a crop loop. And we would plan on it eventually going over here to a clothing area. We would plan on it going to Cattletown. And we would plan on it supplying Vodka Town, or whatever you want to call this, the vodka suburb. Right, so we'd make vodka here, we'd move the meat factory over there, but that's just a lot of work. And again, the problem being that we don't have a ton of steel. So I think what we're going to do in the meantime, we'll slowly build this up, like just get like one vodka thing going with the existing farm, and then start building the farm over here as time permits. I don't want to totally give up on all our construction over there, just because once we get our big steel thing going, we're going to be able to build all this stuff with reckless abandon. But this, you know, cuts down on a number of farms, but we're only supplying the meat thing here with these farms. So we could probably even afford to get rid of these and this one. And I'd like to make sure that, you know, we leave a little extra room here. We could build a few more houses in this neighborhood. And then maybe put our distilleries, you know, further along here. And then if you picture... corn could just be like a little corn loop that would come in and out of there. I don't know if we'd have multiple trains in a big loop or what we would do, but does that make sense? There you go. Well, I'm going to call it an episode, and, you know, I think we really have been paused, so, you know, but I think we've at least got a lot of the problem here solved by doing that. Now, what we want to keep an eye on is, you know, our profit now is likely to start shrinking if we have to start buying this alcohol. So I definitely like to get this distillery thing going just to get get us back to self-sufficient. But we can start, you know, maybe in the next episode talking about the vodka here. And then, of course, we have all of the fun and wonderful and exciting things up here. And another thing that's a problem down here that I need to deal with, let's keep going, is the fact that these are polluting, particularly probably this guy. So we need to talk about getting our new Revergrad distribution system set up. So we've already got like bricks and whatnot. And so what I'm thinking of is, you know, without ruining imports too much, we get rid of some of these buildings, including the clothing, and then we bring it up. Well, poor radio stations right here. But then we're going to have a lot of radio stations in Neuve Revergrad. So But I'd like to bring this rail line, like, well, maybe we bring it up a little bit closer this way and get rid of, just get rid of this whole construction-y office here and move it over to here, put a gravel. We can start bringing gravel in better, not better, but, bring it in from Kameen and just sort of ramp this whole guy up and put the construction over here where he's not going to be bothering the people in Old Revergrad too much. Okay, well, there you go. I hope that all makes sense. And, I think it's a plan for getting our pollution thing going. And in between the episodes, we'll have to keep a lot of things moving. But we're going to redirect a little bit to fixing Old Revergrad here and there just because of this pollution issue. But like I said, I think we've got a big portion of it. And if we can get these houses built, that's probably even a bigger priority in some ways than the vodka, just because then we can, I can knock down a few of these houses that are still just too close. Either that or just sort of semi-abandon them and hope nobody tries to move in until we can, afford to delete all this stuff. Which really, it's only this power plant. So it's sort of like we were, if we were a little bit ahead of time with this update that kicked up the pollution, we would have this all built with its new power plants, and I wouldn't feel bad about just deleting that power plant and all from down there. But I don't want to cut us off too much from our power, right? Because I think we're already buying a little bit of power. So there we go. So let me know what you guys think. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Let's turn off the wireframe and head back to Revergrad. And I might as well say goodbye from there since that's where we spent the whole episode. There we go. Like high aerial shot, right? Vodka Town, bringing new farm location. Look at how ugly these farms are. Get that lined up straight. So there you go. All right, guys. I'm going to head out. I'll probably do some leveling and, a little bit of work on this between episodes, but not probably too much. And certainly not too much of the designing type stuff. But I'll do some of the leveling so we can get the fields kind of figured, probably get a big enough area going over here where we can put more fields in. So there we go. Okay, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.